Hello everyone and welcome back to Ejector Productions. Superman the Ride is an Intamin steel hypercoaster at Six Flags New England in Agawam, Massachusetts. I thought it would be my favorite coaster, but it is not a great ride because of its restraints and it is very painful, but the airtime is great. So I think this is the perfect idea for a review for a coaster like Superman. Without further ado, let's get into it. So how we start this off is the history. So Superman the Ride opened up in 2002 and it was a Intamin steel mega coaster and it offered great hang time. It was originally called Superman Ride of Steel and I thought that's a great name, but then they renamed it to Bizarro Coaster or something, and and they repainted it green and themed it to the Bizarro part of the DC franchise. And then after that, in like 2017, and then after that, after someone died on it because of its current restraints, then they took off the restraints and replaced it with the big brick wall of New England. And now they renamed it to Superman the Ride, and it's a whole lot worse, and it has worse restraints. So here are the stats. Now in these videos, what we usually do is we rate things like basic aspects of the ride, and we put all those rankings together to form a general ranking for the ride. So the first one is the layout. So this has a bunch of great ejector pops. So you go down the drop, that's a great drop. It gives you a pretty good floater / ejector. And then after that, you go into an ejector hill. And then after that, you go into an overbank, which is kind of boring, like Millennium Force's overbanks. And then after that, you go into another ejector hill, that one better than the first one. And then after that, you're gonna take a turn, dip down a little, go into one hill, and then you go into a twister section mixed with upward twist, downward twist, and airtime hills that go into a curve where you go twisting up to the right, level out, bank to zero, and then dive down the opposite way, banking the opposite way. So it just has a lot of stuff like that in the second half. So yeah, and for the layout, I give it a 10 out of 10 because it has great pops of ejector, and that's not considering the lap bar. So yeah, it's just amazing, the layout is. And the theming, well, that's not great. I mean, after the first drop, there's a fog-covered tunnel. Now, that's pretty cool, but that's the only good theming part of the ride. The rest of it isn't great. But in the entrance, I like how it does have I like how it has all the golden ticket awards it has, but that's what most coasters have in the entrance. So for theming, I give it a 6 out of 10. Now, the next category is capacity. So this has 12 row trains, 2 people across, so that makes for 24 row trains, and usually it's running 2 trains. That's 48 people. 48 people every cycle, and each cycle takes around 4 or 5 minutes, so let's say that's about 10 cycles per hour, and each cycle is 48 people, so that's 480 people per. Okay, yeah, so the capacity is around 800 people per hour if it's not running 3 trains, which it originally did because it was pretty popular. So yeah, it's not amazing capacity. So the capacity, I still give it an 8 out of 10 because of the theoretical capacity when it is running 3 trains. So anyway, next up, the next category on this list is the intensity. So this is a pretty intense ride. I mean, the positives are nothing special, pretty much the average amount of positives at the bottom of the valleys, but the airtime hills are great, and I count that towards the intensity, and the positives are pretty solid. So I give that a 9 out of 10 for the intensity. So the fun factor. this is basically like how fun the ride is, how enjoyable it is, and it's not the most enjoyable thing on earth, but it's still a really good ride, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for the fun factor. Now, the originality, this is basically how original the ride is, and I mean, it's a custom layout designed to Six Flags New England's stuff, and it goes along the Connecticut River, I'm pretty sure, and it just goes down the first drop and next to the Connecticut River, and that's really fun. And the originality, I'll give it 9 out of 10 because it's not the first of those Intamin hypercoasters, but the layout is original and it's just a really cool architect and twister layout. So yeah, it's really cool. And the final category here is restraints. So these are not good restraints, like they're the big brick wall of New England, and they hurt when you go over that airtime. It just isn't a great time, and that's what really takes away from the fun factor. So the restraints, I want to give it a 1, but it's like not completely terrible. At least their lap bars are not over the shoulder restraints, so I'm giving the restraints a 2 out of 10. So when you combine all that together, 10 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and 2 out of 10, that all averages out to 7 out of 10. And for my real score, like how I like it, I'd say it's about a 7 out of 10 also, so they agree. So where does this rank in my coasters? Well, it ranks, I think, around my number 14 spot, and it is my third favorite coaster in New England, because like Wicked Cyclone and Boulder Dash are ahead of it. So it's my third favorite coaster in New England, and it's just really cool. I like it a lot. So yeah, 7 out of 10, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great day, and if you enjoyed this, if you don't want to miss out on more content like this of me reviewing stuff and being negative, also me like doing rankings, doing vlogs, well then you better get subscribed because you don't want to miss out on that stuff, and hit the notifications bell. And please like and subscribe, it helps me a lot, and